Hey everyone, welcome back to Beekeeping with Natalie, or welcome to if you are new. Today we are doing some chunk comb with our comb here, basically. I just said comb a bunch of times, but basically what we're doing with this is we're crushing it up. Not this frame exactly, I'll show you another one right here. But I'll just show you it, and instantly when you see this, I'm wondering if some of you will instantly notice if there's something that doesn't look quite right. So if you might notice, it almost looks like it's burnt. Hopefully the camera is picking up on it. This frame isn't too bad. We've got some other frames that don't look great. And there's like this bottom section right here. It looks burnt, and we were trying to figure out what it was. And we ended up figuring out that basically the bees repurposed some old wax. And so you can see like right here on the top of this, we've got some really dark comb. And these were fresh new frames. So that wasn't on there before. So they put that on there recently this year. And so basically what they did was they repurposed wax, old wax, and put it on top of the comb. So either we didn't pull it quick enough, or they were just, I'm not really sure what happened there. To be honest, this is the first time I've ever seen it. So I'm not sure if what we really did wrong here, but the real reason, or one of the main reasons that we are going to do differently next year for sure, this is our first year really doing cut comb. So we've been able to learn a lot. We want to make sure that we're sharing our mistakes so that you guys don't make those mistakes either. And basically, we're not going to put old comb on our supers anymore. So like with our comb, we won't have old supers in that yard because there's a risk of getting that old comb and they'll repurpose it and put it on top of these. So we're going to show you today how we basically fix this and how we're able to get something out of this. Just because that's a lot to waste. We have a lot of supers like this. We've got a few shallows for sure. And so we're gonna go ahead and show you what we're doing to be able to get something out of it. We're basically gonna get all of the honey out of it, most of it at least. We're not able to extract these frames because it's comb honey, and it's there's a couple different reasons why we don't want to do it. It could just mess up the whole system, and so we're not able to extract it, and that's why we're going to go ahead and do this crush comb, which will show you how we're doing. If you ever experience this, this is what we are suggesting to do. And we're using the Pierce uncapping tank. I'm going to go ahead and put some gloves on. My hands are already sticky, and the reason for that is we already filmed this video. I'm going to be honest here. We filmed it, we had some technical difficulties with the audio, and I know a lot of people can't watch a video if the audio is bad, and I'm the same way. So we decided to go ahead and film this over again. So we've already got some comb in here, but this was completely cleaned out and fresh, this uncapping tank here. But you can see we just did a couple frames. So it's starting to fill up with honey now. It's gonna take me a second to get these gloves on because my hands are all sticky. But anyway, we'll go ahead and do this and just kind of show you how we're doing it. And if you're somebody who likes doing a little bit more of the natural stuff, you've got some honey that is foundationless that you're wanting to get the honey out of it, you can do this way. If you don't have an extractor, things like that, you can do it like this, and we'll go ahead and show you. So we're basically going to cut the whole frame out of, well, all the comb out of the frame. And we're just going to use a knife, and then I'm going to crush it up once I can get these gloves on. Anyways, all right, here it is. Here's one of the combs, and we're just going to go ahead and cut it out of the frame. And typically this will be beautifully white, and it'll look really, really nice, and we don't want to sell this. We won't sell it just because we want to give our customers a really good product that looks nice. Especially just because we want it to look nice, and it's supposed to, and you know, it's not a big deal. We'll do it differently next year, but we don't want to sell this to anybody, so we're just doing it this way instead. But we'll be able to sell the honey that we get out of these frames. Anyway, we'll just cut around it like this, and then the whole frame will fall out here, or maybe. All right, well, it doesn't really matter because we're going to crush it up anyways. These frames you might want to set like over something just because a little bit of honey might drip out of some of these. But you can reuse these if you want to. And basically, we're not sure yet. You just have to really clean them up in order to use them again because there's this little hole right here up top, which we use to put a starter strip there for the bees to start building some wax on. And we have to dig that out now, so we're not sure if we're gonna do that. Anyway, so basically here's the wax. I've been doing this a little bit, so I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of fun just because it's satisfying and I don't mind doing this, which is good because we have a lot of these to do. So just basically crush it up. You'll hear maybe some popping, and basically, I'm gonna try not to get it all over the comb over there, the honey. But basically, if you still hear popping when you're crushing it up, you want to keep crushing it just because that means there's probably a few cells still that have some honey in it. And what we're gonna do here is basically crush it up. We'll let it drain for maybe a day or two, and then we'll come back and basically do what we have been calling the hamburger patty method from Mike Berry. I did a little bit of a video on it. I mentioned it in a video, I'm not sure which one it was. So, extracting video? Okay, it was the extracting video. I don't know how I'm gonna post these videos, what order I'm gonna do, but if I already have that video out, you can definitely go check that one out. I mentioned it a little bit, but basically I show it in the video, so we'll just take the comb after it's drained out, because there's a lot of honey on this right now, and we basically just form it into hamburger patties, get it nice and tight. This one doesn't look super great, but we would do something similar to this, and then we just set it up like that on its side, and it'll drain out, and we get a lot more honey from it actually. And Mike said in his video too, although we're not getting a whole lot of honey from it, it's a good amount for, you know, however long it takes you, like an hour or so. That's a good amount of money that comes out after you sell it. And so all honey is very worth it to us. And so we want to get as much as we can out of these cappings because we're able to get a lot from it. All right, here's the next one. I'm gonna do this one also. This one doesn't look great down there at the bottom. And then let's see what this side. This side looks a little burnt too. Like, it doesn't look too bad, but it's just enough to where we're gonna go ahead and just crush it up. So we just wanted to film this video because it's just another way that this Pearson capping tank is coming in handy. We've used it for so many different things this year, and it's been really, really nice. And so we just wanted to film another video about it just because there's so many different things you can use this for. And it holds so much honey, which is very nice. So it's not hard. I think it's maybe a little time consuming. Not too bad though, because crushing one frame up doesn't take too long. It'd be really great if these weren't, they didn't repurpose these, because these would look really nice. And we would have a lot of comb, but we learned a lot this year, and so hopefully we'll have a good year next year. We're definitely gonna do more comb next year because there's a lot of people out there who like it, and I'm gonna be honest, I enjoy doing it just because it's different. It's not the same thing. That's one thing I've talked about a little bit in beekeeping that I really like. There's nothing that's the same. Everything's different, and there's so many different options that you can choose. And so I enjoy doing it this year, learning different things about it. So we'll do some more of this next year probably. We'll do some videos on it too. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I'll do my best to get to those. But yeah, this is pretty much it. It's not difficult. And so I filmed a video on the Pearson capping tank and the knife, a dedicated video to those two products. And so if you want to check it out, I'll leave the link in the corner that way. If you want to watch that video, it talks more about the Pearson capping tank, what I really like about it. And to be honest, there's only one thing that I would say they needed to maybe add to it. And other than that, it's a great tank and we really like it. Was that 2 frames I did? I think it was. I was just gonna do 2 frames just so we can show you because it's super easy. After that, we just continue doing it until we're done. And so this is like, how many frames? Like maybe 5 or 6 frames. or maybe it's 4 or 5. I don't know. But you can see there's not a whole lot of comb in here. I mean, there's a good amount, but it just shows that it's going to hold a lot of comb. And it holds 5 gallons of honey, which is awesome. And I'm sure we'll be able to fill it up a few times. It's about at a gallon, looks like. So that's great. Probably gonna get a nice amount of honey out of it, which is also amazing just because we don't want this to go to waste. So I'm glad that we're getting something out of it, which is always really nice. But yeah, if you want to check out that video about the Pearson capping tank, I'll leave the link so you can watch it. And again, we really like it, and thanks again to Pierce for giving us this product to be able to make a video on and review it. We've had a lot of fun with it, and we've been able to learn a lot from it and do a lot more than we were able to last year. Some people might seem like not very big upgrade, but to us it is, just because we were using buckets last year. So it's very nice, and it's not too big. It's almost a perfect size. So it works out great. Anyway, I'm just going to sit here and keep crushing this. So thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions or any ideas that we can use this tank for, or some more ideas on the cut comb, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I'll answer some of those questions. So thanks for watching this video. Follow along more bee adventures, and be here next time on Beekeeping with Natalie.